This is Wim van Rijswijk. He's, on the one hand, a physicist, so not that far removed from the engineering and sciences that we do here, but he is also a professional meditator and instructor in meditation through the Art of Living organization. I'm not going to give much more of an introduction than that. Wim has a few slides to show us, so we're going to have to turn off some of the lights. The lights are back there.
Later on.
Later on?
Not now.
Yeah, just familiarize yourself with the way it works, and we can help out in a bit. If you have any questions, please keep them till the end. We do have time after the lunch break to just stick around and talk, meet Wim, talk to everybody here. But during the lecture, please let Wim just do his thing and enjoy.
Okay. Welcome everybody. Can everybody hear me like this? Okay. So the lecture is about the brain and effortless meditation. So I'll start with saying a bit about meditation and effortless meditation. I think I need to describe that a bit. So what is meditation? Meditation is, of course, it's relaxing, it's coming back to the self. It is something that helps you to progress in life. You can maybe get better student marks, and helps you in relationships. So it's on the one hand, it's a thing that helps you to dive inside and experience who you really are in essence, which is pure naturalness, pure bliss. And on the other hand, it brings that state out so that you have more clarity of mind and better feelings, more integrated life. So it's both inwards and outwards, this meditation. So I won't say too much about that. I'll explain a bit about effortlessness, because effortlessness is not something that people usually associate with meditation. Meditation is making an effort to make the mind empty, no thoughts. That's what many people think. And meditation actually should not be making an effort. It's more deconcentration. It's not concentration. It's more the opposite of concentration. So when you are in meditation, you actually relax more and more. And concentration is making an effort. Yeah. So this is more the opposite. You go into meditation, become more relaxed, more at ease. Yeah. So it's actually moving away from concentration. After meditation, your concentration will be better, your clarity of mind will be better, but it's not the way into meditation. Although there are many techniques that are named meditation that actually use a type of concentration. So you focus the attention, or you focus the attention lightly on something, on your breath, or on how you eat something. You experience every phase of that, and you focus on that, or lightly focus on that. Focus is the definition of what meditation, of what concentration is. So, effortless meditation, why is it possible? Yeah, and it's possible to meditate in an effortless way because the mind likes to go to what is pleasant, to more happiness, towards more knowledge, towards more love, and the mind naturally goes in that direction. So if you imagine that you are working and you are studying, and then a very nice music comes from somewhere, and the mind goes to that music immediately. And only when you notice that your mindset had drifted, then you can come back, and then you decide to go back to work, or you decide to listen to the music. But the mind goes in that direction naturally. Before you even notice it, your mind is on the music. Yeah. Also, if you have maybe a conversation with somebody, but a much nicer conversation is going on over there, then your mind just goes to that conversation. Yeah. So your mind is attracted to what is more pleasant, where there's more knowledge, more love, more happiness. And in the inside, in our mind, the deeper layers, there's more and more happiness, more and more, towards infinite happiness, the divine, which is in all of us. So there's an infinite source of happiness in all of us. Yeah? So the mind naturally has a tendency to go in that direction. So effortless meditation is possible because of this, so that the mind likes to go in that direction. There's like a force of gravity, you could say, which pulls you in that direction. The only thing is that we have learned to always focus outside. Yeah, we focus outside, and we have to make an effort to achieve something. So we have to learn how to do that in an effortless way, meditation. Yeah? And that you have to learn, it's the technique that you can learn. There's courses where you can learn that. Yeah? And that is what effortless meditation is. Yeah? Okay. So, when we talk about the brain during meditation, there's actually a lot of research done on meditation and on what happens in the brain during meditation. So I brought some books. This is collected paper. I have 2 of these volumes. There are 6 of them. Yeah. This is from the Transcendental Meditation. I've been a teacher of Transcendental Meditation before I went to Art of Living. And they have probably the most extensive research on meditation techniques, but there's lots of research on many other techniques as well. But they have done very in-depth and extensive research on what happens during meditation with the brain. Yeah? And for instance, you could ask, when your mind becomes silent, it becomes more and more silent, it just relaxes and there's only pure consciousness, only that inner experience of purity and consciousness. Then what happens to the brain? You know, there's no more thoughts. Does it become like silent or empty, or what happens? I will clarify that in a minute. Yeah. So what happens to the brain? Maybe we can go there. Well, before we go there, you can start it up. I found this week in nu.nl a nice article about the brain and meditation. It is in Dutch, but it says meditation protects parts of the brain against aging. There's some other research that was in the nu.nl this week. And the gray matter in the brain, when you become over 20, so it's only downwards from here on, guys. So over 20, then the amount of gray mass in your brain goes down. But when you meditate regularly, that's much less so. There was a finding that was in the nu.nl. You may have seen it. So what I'd like to show is a bit of, it may be difficult to see from the side. Yeah, the lights. Is what you see on the vertical axis here is time. So this is about half an hour. And here you see frequency from 0 to 25 hertz. So these are frequencies measured in the brain between 2 points. So let's say left and right, for instance. So between the 2 hemispheres. Or front and back. Yeah. So there's different points to measure that. And what is measured here is the coherence at a certain frequency between 2 points. So if the brain waves of a certain frequency are in step, are coherent, then you see a little hill on the graph. So at this time and at this frequency, we have coherence. Yeah. So before that, there was no coherence, then coherence starts, and at the end, there's no coherence at this frequency. See? It measures the coherence, and it measures that in a certain way, which I won't say too much about, but above a 95% threshold over a 5-second period. So there's a certain way of doing that. And then there's a filter on it so that single periods are filtered out, only longer periods are captured. So then you get a brainwave coherence pattern like this. And what you see here, it starts, so time goes from bottom to top in half an hour. Maybe I should go on this side. So time goes from here to here. So you see here a period that starts with eyes open, then eyes closed, then meditation, and then eyes open. Yeah? So you see brainwave coherence. What does it mean, coherence? It means that your brain is working as one. Yeah? And normally we use about 5 or 10% or 15% of our brain potential, which is something that is found in psychology, and it comes from this kind of measurement. So it's a physiological phenomenon that we use for a specific task, only specific parts of our brain. Yeah? So left and right you are aware of, left hemisphere, right hemisphere. Left hemisphere connected with the right part of your brain is more the logical analytical part. So at the technical university I think many people will be more on that side. Yeah, and then you have the other side, the right hemisphere and the left side of your body is more connected towards visual perception, intuition, and that kind of things. Yeah. So if you use both parts of your brain together, and if you train that during meditation, you train your mind and your brain to work more as a whole, which means you use more of your brain potential for whatever you do. Yeah. And for instance, management potential, if you want to be a manager later, yeah, you have to be able to focus precisely on the details of the things that are going on, but you also have to have the broader picture and have to have more of an interaction with the people at the same time. So actually you have to use both left and right kinds of aspects from your brain. So you could actually say that meditation is a way of management development. Yeah? It trains your brain to work more like that. Okay, so let's go to the next one. What you see here is a measurement like this from a first-time meditator. It's the first time this person ever meditates. He meditates with all these things on his head, which is not ideal, I guess. But what you see here is that before the meditation and eyes closed, there's no coherence above this threshold. And then during meditation you get a little bit of this. Yeah? And this is first day and second day. These are 2 consecutive days within 1/2 of the brain. Yeah? And then the next one. Thank you. So what you see here is then somebody who has been meditating for a long, long time. You see a much more coherence in the brain. Yeah? And also it already is there before the meditation. Meditation starts here and it ends here. So it's already there before the meditation and it persists after meditation. So the effect of the meditation is there basically after many years. It's there all day, you could say. Yeah? So it trains how you function. Okay? This one. So you could measure, for instance, So this is on the left you see between 2 hemispheres and on the right within 1 hemisphere of the brain at the same time. So this is the same person meditating at the same time. You see that there is coherence both between hemispheres and also from different parts of your brain. Now, when I say be in the present moment, you must have heard that. For meditation, we are in the present moment. Yeah. Okay, be in the present moment is something you can really think about. What does it mean? Because if I say be in the present moment, are you here now? 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 Yeah? Or are you somewhere, maybe you go skiing next week, maybe your brain is going over there, yeah? Or you're here now. But if you say I'm here now, when you think about it, you're already too late. You say now, and then it's gone, yeah? So now, quicker, yeah? So what does it mean to be here now? You can't just do it like this because you're always too late, yeah? So be here now actually means something different, that you're here wholly, totally. And that means your whole brain has to function as a whole. A way of explaining that also is that the left side of the brain, which is connected with the right side of the body, the more logical side, is more about the past and the now. It analyzed the past, what happened and why did it happen, and that wasn't good, and he talked like this, and you analyze the past. And the other half of the brain is more about the future, intuition about what you think might be happening, feelings about it. So it's more about the future and the now. And the only interaction between the only overlap between the past and the now and the future and the now is of course the now. So if the two halves of the brain, one is more the past and the now, and the other is the future and the now, both function coherently, you can only be in the now. So being in the now is not just a psychological thing, it's also something that has a physiological basis that you can train. And meditation is the experience of that, but also the training of your physiology and your brains to experience that. You can actually train it. Yeah? Okay. What we see here is maybe less visible, but you've seen the graphs. On the top you have graphs with lots of hills, lots of coherence, and on the bottom you have graphs with far fewer. These are different people. Some of them have very high coherence, and maybe longer meditators, but also some people have that naturally. Some people are more naturally, they have already something like that, let's say, in their physiology. So you see people with high coherence and low coherence. And if you look, this is a graph that the amount of coherence is on one axis, and the scores of a creativity test is on the other axis. And you see a clear correlation between the two. Yeah? So this is coherence, and this is the score on a creativity test. So there's a clear correlation there. Yeah? So becoming creative and using different parts in a coherent way, they are definitely connected. Yeah? Okay. How are we on time? Okay, good. Yeah. Good. Huh? Oh, all your pictures. Yeah. So any questions at this point? Yeah. Yeah. That's a good question. You can say we all know three states of consciousness: waking, sleep, and dreaming. Yeah. And in sleep there's very little consciousness, no consciousness, very little consciousness. In wakefulness we have full consciousness, but we have high activity of the physiology. In sleep we have almost no consciousness or no consciousness. We know whether we slept well or not, so there's some consciousness there, yeah? So, but the body is at deep rest. And in meditation we have a different combination, is that in meditation we have very deep rest, which is often deeper than in deep sleep, but we have high alertness inside, we're awake inside. That's a new combination. Okay. Yes? Okay, so the question is about the relationship between creativity and coherence. That was more related to the right side of the brain. And what about the left side of the brain? Actually, creativity is helped a lot by different insights from different aspects. So the coherence grows with meditation. So people often think that meditation helps to train and grow the, let's say, the more creative aspects, or the right side of the brain aspects. But actually it develops both, and particularly the coherence between the two. Yeah? And that gives you creativity. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you see creativity as sort of multitasking and like more analytical work as a focus on one.
Yeah, creativity also comes directly from the source. We have a source of creativity and intelligence in all of us. There's many ways of looking at creativity, and I'm not an expert on creativity. Yes, please.
So it improves the interaction between different parts of the brain.
Yes.
But does it also improve capacity?
Yes.
Okay.
It does that as well. For it,
Reflect on
yeah. So the question was, does meditation improves the interaction between parts of the brain? Does it also improve capacity? Yes, it does. Yeah. So scores on also on intelligence test, which also relates maybe to that question, they also increase. Yeah. So it both happens. Yeah. If you look at the yoga philosophy, we have everybody knows the word yoga, which is all these exercises we can do. But yoga, there's also a system of philosophy which is written down very concisely in sutras by a person named Patanjali, and he describes yoga in 8 areas. So the human life is let's say systematized as having 8 areas, and 2 of them are on more moral aspects and studying and things like that. Also, of course, the physical exercises, the well-known yoga exercises. Also breathing, your senses, and then concentration, meditation, and the experience of pure consciousness in meditation. So the experience of deep, pure silence in meditation is the 8th area. And what the essence of yoga is integration of all of these. That's the classical vision, actually, on what yoga means. It's not just yoga exercise, but all of these exercises, meditation, breathing, yoga exercise, they all help to integrate life. And you see that aspect very clearly in what happens in the brain, which is, of course, our main instrument to integrate all of this. Yes, please.
is there a specific end goal to meditation? And also, assuming that meditation leads to a more calmer state of mind, is that calmer state of mind, can that calmer state of mind be experienced as a state of apathy, or does it lead to dullness of emotions in a way, or does it lead to something else?
It does not lead to dullness, it leads to the opposite. Yeah? But there's the answer to that is you can have like dullness, yeah, and then if you become more active, you can become overactive, yeah. But a step beyond that is that you are integrated, clear of mind, full of feelings, but still restful. That's where meditation takes you.
So does it make you stoic? Because the classical definition of stoicism is tempering your emotions.
No, yeah.
So if meditation makes you calmer and more stoic, doesn't that also make you less reactive to your own emotions? Let's say, suppose, would it dull this rational fear of failure that sometimes is so necessary for motivation? So if you are, say, calmer in a more meditative state, would it also make you less active and less reactive towards
No.
situations?
I will take that. The answer is no. You don't dull your emotions. But what does happen is that your consciousness, when it grows, it becomes like an observer. But observer also of your emotions. So you are fully I can say that from my own experience. Yeah, emotions grow, clarity grows, incentive to really do something, it grows. But at the same time, there's a sort of distance that whatever happens, it's okay. And I have a feeling of happiness and bliss inside, which is stable. Yeah, that's so the scope of life, you could say, growth. You have inner silence growth, outer performance also becomes, there's a bigger scope. And I'll make a big drawing to clarify that. This is an ocean, yeah, and you have this is a picture then of the mind, and so you have the thoughts at the top, and then we have maybe the 10% or so of our we use normally of our mind capacity, which I just described. Yeah, you can say 5%, 10%, 15%, whatever it is. It's the top 15%, and we're used to going outside with our thoughts. Yeah, so you can see a thought as a bubble of air going up, and very deep in the ocean, the pressure of the water is very strong. So the drop of the bubble of air is compressed, it's very small, and it goes up. And at a certain point, it's experienced as the conscious thought. No, maybe just we don't have time. Yeah, we do have a little bit of time. So I've been explaining this for years, and a couple of years ago I found in the Scientific American they had done a study that thoughts can arise 5 to 10 seconds before you actually experience them. Yeah? So it really supports this very simple model of the mind. So here you have the bottom of the ocean, there's sand at the bottom. You can say this is being or pure consciousness, or whatever name you want to put there. Thoughts arise from there, and in meditation we actually we go the other way. Yeah? So we go from superficial levels of thinking to deeper and deeper levels in the mind, to what we call the subconscious. Yeah? And what happens is there's stress and strain in the nervous system, things that we have experienced that somehow have become stuck in the nervous system. And because of the deep rest in the meditation, those stresses and strains, they start to disappear. Nervous system, body becomes purified. Yeah? And when these things disappear, clarity of mind grows. These are obstacles, they don't help us. Yeah? So when they disappear, you can perform better. Your feelings are more open. Yeah? And this 10% then becomes 15%, and then 20%, and then 60%. And at a certain point, all of the stresses are gone, and we experience 100%. And that's what we call enlightenment. So enlightenment is nothing else than using 100% of our full potential. And then automatically you're aware of all of these levels, and also this level of pure being at the same time. Few more, then we start the meditation. No. A bit of it could be after some. Sorry, the question was. Yeah, you have to keep asking me. I forget. Yeah, the question was, does it replace sleep with meditation? In practice, usually it does not. Maybe after many years, because you release stress and strain. You also do that in sleep. But what you release is more stress and strain that's deeper, so from long past. And what you release in the sleep is more stress and strain from today. Yeah? So old things are cleaned up. So it's a different area. Yeah? Over there. Yeah. So the question is about different meditation techniques and what I showed with meditation technique that is, and what the effect would be of other meditation techniques. Yeah. So what I showed was about the transcendental meditation technique, because there's much research about that technique. There are very few effortless meditation techniques. I've had many people from many different meditation techniques in the course, and effortless meditation is different. And also, if you look at it from this perspective of the yoga philosophy, these 8 aspects of yoga which I mentioned, there's one for concentration and there's another one for meditation. Unfortunately, most of the meditation techniques now are seen as a type of concentration or a light form of concentration. So I wouldn't know how that would look. Probably similar, but less so, probably, in many cases. Yeah. But similar. It all goes in the same direction. Whatever effort you make, so I don't want to be negative about other meditation techniques, because every effort that we make in that direction is an effort in the direction of the divine, of the being. And that helps us in life always. Yeah. You've had your chance, sorry. Over there. Okay. Okay, so how long do you have to meditate before you get enlightenment, if I may translate it? The answer is I don't know. No, it usually takes time, but it's like the goal is there at every step. You know, when you meditate, it's a very nice thing to do. It's very pleasant, and it helps you immediately. So you're experiencing this aspect from the beginning in effortless meditation. That I can say. Yeah, even if it's just a fraction of a second, you experience this pure being. In effortless meditation, it's not like you have to be in a cave for 20 years before you start experiencing this. You go through it easily in a very at the moment when you're not looking, is it happening? Is it happening? Then it won't happen. But in a very easy manner, it happens. Yeah, and then you go in that direction. Last question before we do a meditation. Yes. Why? So the question is that the biggest source of happiness is inside of you. So why should we meditate more, or why should we not just only do meditation and sit in a cave for 20 years if the source of happiness? Well, some people do that. No, it's true. But we are all, we are used to living a normal life, and the understanding that you have to do it like that, I think we have moved beyond that, because it's very good to do meditation. It helps you in your life, in your studies, in your business even, yeah, in all the things that we like to do. So it's a very good way to integrate that in your life. Just have a normal life, enjoy it, yeah, and meditate. That's a good way. That brings you to the same state as sitting in a cave for 20 years. Okay. So I think we have now answered a question I put at the beginning. What happens when we have this deep experience in meditation and there's no thoughts, there's nothing there, just pure consciousness. The mind is sort of empty. What happens to the brain? Well, the brain is not empty. The brain actually functions. All of these aspects of the brain are there and they're very coherent. So that means this experience of emptiness, if you could call it like that, like the Buddhists call it, yeah, it actually involves all of the brain. So it's one of the few experiences actually, maybe the only one, I don't know, that uses the whole brain for that experience in a coherent way. Okay. I think we'll do a short meditation now. And for this, you have to find a place to sit. You can sit in front of here. Okay, let's all sit comfortably and close your eyes. And take a deep breath in and breathe out. And once again, take a deep breath in and breathe out. Once again, breathe in. And as you breathe out, relax your forehead. Relax your face. Your neck. Your shoulders. Your back and lower back. Your chest. Your arms and hands. Relax your whole body. And once again, breathe in. And as you breathe out, relax your whole body. And take a deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of the noises around you. The ventilator. And be with the noises. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your thoughts. Whether good thoughts or bad thoughts. Be in harmony with your thoughts. Do not resist the thoughts. They come and go like clouds. take a deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your feelings. Whether pleasant or unpleasant feelings. Accept the feelings as they are. You are peace. You are joy. Become aware of your thoughts. Become aware of your body. Become aware of the noises around you. And slowly, comfortably, you may open your eyes. You notice how peaceful it is now? Good. Okay. What I'd like to mention is that we have a course that is next week on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday evening, a short course, 7 to 9, in 3 sessions. You can learn effortless meditation technique. And there's information on that course available in this leaflet. There's something inside about the course. And this is a course that actually teaches you how to do effortless meditation yourself. Yeah? So it's different from a guided meditation, which we just did. You're also welcome to come with Kim and do the meditations, which are guided meditations. Those are for free. But the course, if you want to learn, you have to pay a fee for the course. Yeah? And normally the course fee is 300 euros, but for students it's 200. And we also have 10% off for this this course. Which, and there's a teacher coming from London, I think he lives there. He's a full-time teacher in Art of Living, and he is in the Netherlands for some other courses. So he will teach this this course. It's something that's really worthwhile to learn. And when you learn, of course, you also have to do it. Because like everything else, if you don't do it, it doesn't work. So, and normally we meditate twice a day, 2 times 20 minutes. Or at least regularly, one times a day, 20 minutes also works. But it's something you have to practice regular in order to get the benefits. Yeah. Meditation we do with eyes closed. Yeah. You can do certain meditations with eyes open, but that's only specific types. Normally we do with eyes closed. Yeah. 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 So the question is, don't you go? I think if people want to leave, it's time. You may have to go to a lecture. We'll close in 2 minutes. Just this question. So the question is, if you do eyes closed, is it not? Do you don't go to sleep? And there's some in Zen meditation, some teachers say that you have to open your eyes. It's not the experience, because the experience is that you are wide awake inside in meditation. Yeah. But it is the reason that we don't do it sleeping. We always do it sitting. Yeah. So that's just for that reason, because it's so integrated in our hardwired, let's say, in our system, that when we are very restful and lying, then we fall to sleep. But sitting, that is not the case. At least not with this meditation. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So the question is that you had some thoughts, somebody had some thoughts, and they were maybe pleasant or unpleasant, but you didn't want to let them go, so to say. And that this also is a difference with the technique that you learn. If you learn the effortless meditation technique, you learn how to deal with these things better. There's a difference between guided meditation. It works to some extent, yeah. But if you learn the techniques, you go beyond that. And it's also a matter of, also guided meditation. You can do effortlessly and with effort. So if you can try it for yourself, we don't have time, but you can do it for yourself. If you sit and you close your eyes and somebody says apple, immediately apple comes to mind. You get an image of an apple. You say banana, banana comes to mind. But that banana, is it a ripe one or a green one? Does it have specks, many specks, or few specks? So your mind starts going, yeah? And you start creating the type of banana that you want. You want it slightly ripe with no specks, yeah? So your mind starts building. That is making an effort. But the first instance when somebody says banana and the image comes, that is effortlessness. So when we do a guided meditation, we do it like that. We just let it go. We just listen to it, just follow the instructions, and that's all. There's no need to build constructions around it. Yeah? Okay, I think we have come to the end of this session. Thank you all very much for coming. You're welcome.